Hi, I'm Craig Fitzgerald. I'm the editor-in-chief at bestride.com. One of the things that we hear from a lot of people when they buy a new car is that they're confused by a lot of the technology in the infotainment system. So we're going to put a series of videos together on the cars that we drive about how this technology works and how to navigate through some of the functions. So for this episode, we're in the 2016 Volvo XC90. It's got a lot of technology here in the infotainment system that you need to get through. So we're going to cover some things like how to pair your phone, how to use the Volvo On-Call app, how to use the Apple CarPlay system that requires you plug into the USB port, and how to navigate through all of these screens. We're going to start by pairing an Apple iPhone 5. The pairing procedure is going to be the same for whatever phone you use, but just for sake of argument, this is what I'm using this time around. Make sure, first of all, that your phone has the Bluetooth on and is in search mode. Then you want to click right here. There's a phone section of the screen here, and then there's an add phone function right down here. And it's either going to pick it up on the phone or it's going to pick it up on the screen, and we'll see which one comes up faster here. Okay, so my phone has come up here on the screen. We're going to hit that. It says, does the pass key below match with the one that's shown on the phone? I'll confirm that. I'll press pair on my phone. Then it's going to ask me whether or not I want to pair the phone, the message service, the internet source, and then the media function. And I do want to pair all four of those. I click finish, and then my phone's paired right here on the screen. Along with the Bluetooth, there's actually another way to use the media functions and the phone function on your phone with the Volvo XC90, and that's through the Apple CarPlay app. You're going to need a cable to do that, and you're going to plug into the USB port that's right here inside the console, and then you plug that into the bottom of your phone. Close that lid. That'll start the Apple CarPlay app. You'll select that, and you'll see, if you're an Apple iPhone user, familiar icons on here. There's as many apps as you're comfortable using in the car. Things like audio, audiobooks, audible.com, podcasts, your music, your phone are all accessible from the bottom of this screen. So the advantage is that you get a very familiar screen here if you're an Apple iPhone user. You have icons that look just like they do on your phone, and what it does is it pulls the apps from your phone that you'd actually want to use in the phone. So let's take a look at how you set a destination. It's pretty easy, just a couple of clicks. Set destination right here on the screen. You go through and add your address here, or you can add all of this from the steering wheel mounted control. That's your voice control for that. And then you just press start navigation and you're on your way. Next screen is media and Bluetooth. You just click this. It allows you to get to your media sources, so you can select XM, FM, Bluetooth, any of your media sources. You can also swipe this screen to the side. That gives you all of your audio input options, and also some additional options down here, including sound experience, that allows you to customize the sound that comes out of the audio system. Let's take a look at the phone menu. Pretty simple. You click that and you've got contacts, recent calls, keypad. You can change between phones, and then you can also use the button here on your steering wheel mounted control to input things like phone numbers or to call anybody from your contacts. So the fourth part of the menu is a user-defined section, and right now we've got it set up to show driver performance that offers some things like fuel economy, how long you've been driving, what your average distance is. But you can set that using the application screen, and you just swipe to the left to that screen, And you can do things like you can have your navigation down there, you can have your car status, remote updates, you can have messages show up there from the car, adjust your sound experience, and then when you have the internet set up in the car here, you can have weather and local search down there as well. So the last major screen off of the main screen is, if you swipe right, it's all the vehicle functions. So these used to be all of the things that were scattered across the dash in little tiny buttons. They're all contained in one screen. So it's vehicle functions like turning off your traction control, turning off park assist, turning off the start-stop feature that turns the engine on and off. All of that is contained right here in this one screen. One thing that makes this screen a lot different than some of the others you may have experienced is there's actually an infrared film here that allows you to utilize the screen while you have gloves on. So if you're in New England like we are, it's a pretty nice feature when the weather's cold. So if you've been watching this video and seeing us point around and touch things on the screen, one of the things you'll notice is there's fingerprints everywhere. And it's one of the things that we're not crazy about the screen. But Volvo does provide a little handy cleaning cloth, and what you do to clean it is you hold this button for 2 seconds and it basically turns off the entire screen. You open this thing up, and if you ever forget that you're supposed to touch the button, it shows you right there on the little cloth that you're supposed to hold that button for 2 seconds. It's got a microfiber cleaning cloth right here. Wipe it down. You'll only do this 600 or 700 times a day. Press the button and you're back in business. If you're still really comfortable with buttons and knobs, there's still plenty of buttons and knobs on the dash here. You've got a volume control with a play and pause function, hazard lights, defrosters, scrolling your stations, and then finally over here, got your glove compartment open feature. We've had a few days to get used to the Volvo XC90 and the infotainment screen, and after you've spent a little bit of time with it, it starts to become a lot more intuitive. The swiping back and forth and up and down. If you use an iPad, you're familiar with that. On the navigation screen, you can even pinch and zoom like you do on an iPhone or an iPad. It's all functionality that people are getting more and more familiar with all the time. Overall, it works really well, and to pair a phone is really easy. To navigate through any of these functions is relatively easy. Overall, it's one of the better infotainment systems we've used. About the only thing not to like about it is the fingerprints on the screen. I'm Craig Fitzgerald from bestride.com. We'll see you next time.